Alright, Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Racha, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Now, I just finished watching this video here. Alright, the other brother, Tazawam. Okay, his channel is Stay in the Spirit 144. And he did a beautiful video here. Alright, bringing a balance, alright, to this story right here. Okay, which I watched as well. Now, what I'll do is I'll put the link to his video in the description box of this video, so you can go watch it as well, you know, and hear the the content of it. But basically, man, just adding on, all right, to what he said. All right, the scriptures. That's why the scriptures talk about, all right, you careless woman, because in this story you have a, well, I guess she would be called a dyke, all right, or a lesbian, all right. A woman that's basically portraying herself to be a man, and she's also into women, which that makes no sense at all. All right, but I never understood the concept as to why a woman would say that she's not interested in a man, but she's interested in another woman that dresses like a man, tries to talk like a man, tries to act and do everything they possibly can to be just like a man, and uses a strap-on or a dildo or whatever they use like a man's to replicate or imitate a man's rod. So why the hell you gonna turn around and say you don't want to be with a man, but you want to be with a woman who resembles a man? Because you want to be with a woman to get the characteristics of a man out of her, but you don't want to be with a man. It doesn't make sense. Anyway, so it seems like she was one of those women, not playing the feminine role in the relationship. Let's put it like that. And as you can hear, all right, when the police or the cops pulled up for whatever issue it was, okay, they come and they handcuff her and so on and so forth. And the scriptures already tell us that. Let me actually bring it up. This is Matthew, the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 25. Agree with thine adversary quickly. Now, what does adversary means? It means basically one that is against you. All right, if something is adverse, all right, it's negative, it's against, just like, positive and negative. All right. So, agree with thine adversary quickly. Now, from the history, all right, of what we've gone through, we understand that the majority of these police are adverse to us, with the mindset. Okay. Nonetheless, there's still certain room you can act within. This is the reason the Lord told us, or told his disciples, to be what? To be wise as serpents and harmless as doves, because they were facing the same situation. Under the Romans, guess what? We are under the modern day Romans. They had centurions back then. They have centurions today. They had the power back then. They have the power today. Okay? And that's why the Lord told them to be wise as serpents and harmless as doves, not giving off the image, all right, of being threatening, all right, or attracting attention to yourself. So this is why the Lord said, what? Agree with thine adversary quickly, whilst thou art in the way with him. The scriptures also talk about suffering wrongfully. Look, if you're being innocently detained or handcuffed or whatever the case may be, they're not gonna throw you in jail. All right, if the Lord is with you, they're not gonna throw you in jail just for no reason. You go through a process where they take you wherever they take you, and then it comes out. The truth of the matter comes out. Okay. So understand that when they're trying to handcuff you, at that point they don't want to hear the truth of the matter. They just want to cuff you, throw you in the car, and take you to wherever precinct or wherever they're gonna take you. That's when the questions and all that. So that's why the Lord said, agree with thine adversary quickly. If they're there and they're trying to ask you for ID or whatever the case may be, comply. Okay, using wisdom, of course. All right, not saying be a pushover, but comply, understanding the situation you're in. It says, whilst thou art in the way with him. People tend to forget that, number one, if you're an Israelite, all right, or a person of color, and there's a Edomite or a Caucasian looking officer dealing with you, okay, and you can sense the vibration that they're one of those kind of officers, you should agree while you're in the way, understanding that they also have emotions. All right, they're not robots. To the extent that they also get angry, and when they get upset, that's when they get rough, and then they abuse and overuse their power, knowing that they have that power all right, and that you are sheep amongst wolves, you have to agree quickly, man. It says, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge. Now, in the process of being delivered to the judge, what happens? You get handcuffed. You might get roughed up based on how you're behaving, okay? Or you might not make it to the judge. You might get shot. So these things got to run through your mind, and you got to use wisdom, okay? Why am I trying to fight my case before this guy? He ain't trying to listen. He's just a trooper, you know? It says, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison. Okay. Now, going back to this video here. So she's basically talking all this smack, oh, I'll F you up, that I die, you know what I'm saying? You're this, calling them names. Yeah, they're trained to keep their composure. And just like the elder said in the video, we're not to justify what they did. All right, because, you know, Esau's still a demon anyway. But they're trained to keep their composure. But if you're calling them names and you're talking all this smack, do you think that they're gonna want to treat you with any form of, you know, or you know, because they could detain you, but you know, you have certain officers that'll make it rough. They'll do extra. You know, they'll do extra. When you start calling them names and you start pissing them off, they're more likely to do extra. And since they have the power to do it, they will do it. Okay? You have to use wisdom. Comply. Don't give them a reason to. Okay? This whole situation of being handcuffed and being thrown in here, the reason she ended up in this position was basically because she was out here trying to escape, and you know, and she's playing the Wonder Woman act until she ends up upside down in the back of a car for 21 minutes. Then it's, oh God, I'm sorry. No. Don't call on God then. Okay? Because when you should have been calling on God was before you started getting into that. When you read in the Bible, the scriptures tell you straight up, the Lord is not with homosexuality. There's a reason he created a man and a woman, okay, to become one flesh, not a woman and a woman, and not a man and a man, and not a man and an animal, okay? So when you were doing that, you weren't sorry, all right? When you were acting all tough, as if you had some form of power, you weren't sorry. And then because of your actions, you ended up in this position, and they didn't care to you know, take you out of this position. Now all of a sudden you calling him master, I'm sorry, please. This is what a lot of people are going to be doing when all hell breaks loose. Okay? They talk and talk and talk, and when all hell breaks loose, or when they end up in a painful, uncomfortable position and they realize they have no power to escape it, then they get humbled. And that's what the Lord is going to put a lot of you in, especially you women. Because in this society, all right, women have been trained to think that they can't be touched. They've been trained to think that they're invincible. Everybody's against the man. Toxic masculinity. Why men this? Men that? Oh, it's not all men, but it's enough men to make women feel this way. All right, given that you do have people in this world that, you know, of course they're a bunch of demons, but nonetheless, it's always the man this, the man that. No, leave the woman. The woman, she's good. Guess what? You good until you end up in a position like this. You good until you come up against the Most High and realize that doesn't fly over there, man. All right, how about Hashem Yahushai created you? He doesn't look at gender. He looks at the spirit. Okay? Oh, I'm a woman. Well, let's read, actually. Let's read what the scriptures say. This is Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Why are you at ease? Did the scriptures not say, as for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them? Did the Lord not say, I shall make a new thing, a woman shall compass a man? But the law says a woman is not supposed to usurp authority over the man. But because this society promotes that, women have become at ease. Because they have been told that they are on a higher level than they actually are. So they've become at ease. The Lord said, rise up, because he's about to show you what the real world looks like. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. But they don't want to do that. And this is not to the sisters that listen. This is to the wicked women that feel like nobody can tell them anything. Guess what? The Lord said, give ear unto my speech. But they will not do that because they're at ease. Because they feel like nothing can ever touch them. You know why that is? Because the system that made you believe that is still in place. But when that system turns on you and all hell breaks loose and the people that put you in the position of feeling that you're at ease turn on you, what then? Verse 10. Many days and years shall ye be troubled. Let's look up the word troubled. All right. It says ragaz, okay, to quake, tremble, rage, quiver, be agitated. All right. Perturbed. Okay, let's look that up. Perturbed. Feeling anxiety or concern, unsettled. Okay, so it's gonna be some very unsettling times, to be disquieted, to be disturbed. So the Lord said, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail and the gathering shall not come. Hard times are coming. In hard times, you got to be humble as hell and quiet, because you're going to attract attention to yourself. When all hell breaks loose, women are going to be a target. Okay? That's a given. Women are a target now. But when all hell breaks loose, you have a lot of people out there, men, that are going to target women. Okay? For whatever, whether it's revenge, whether it's rape, whatever the case may be. Okay? You already going to be a target. Now you're going to be an even bigger target if you're a loudmouth and you're just putting yourself out there and you're being careless. Okay? It says, tremble ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. So the Lord is warning you through the mouth of Isaiah. Be troubled, man. Worry. Yeah, get stressed. All right, make you bear and gird sackcloth upon your loins. Start getting humble already, man. Because guess what? Just like she ended up in this position. And it's funny because when you hear the clip, you're like, damn, this is the same, this is the same chick? Because in the beginning, she's out here talking, man, she's talking like she got spiritual power. She's talking like, you know what I'm saying? Like on a flip of a dime, she could just break those cuffs and in a matter of seconds, you know, just, you know, violate those police officers. But then you throw her, you know what I'm saying? She ends up in this position and look, she's crying. Bro, yo, look, let me tell you something. When you end up in a FEMA camp or a concentration camp, this is gonna be considered heaven compared to what they're gonna be doing in there, man. And it's not gonna be, well, I'm a woman, so they're gonna take it easier on me. Get that out of your mind. Get that out of your mind, man. Okay? When they're torturing you and they're scalping you and they're squeezing your skulls and twisting your legs 360 degrees as your kneecap is breaking and twisting, and they're breaking your shins with hammers and putting needles under your nails, putting centipedes in your ears, and whatever torturous methods they have, you're not going to be, all that tough talk is going to disappear, man. And that's for men, women, children, whoever you are. Okay, now let's go to the Bible and let's see what the Lord said. Okay, this is Ezekiel 9:4. It says, and the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark, and that mark in the Hebrew is tawa, which is a mark of exemption, meaning you're exempt from judgment. And who is that mark going to be upon? Upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. So guess what? You out here saying, I'm sorry, God. He's not trying to hear that. Okay? Those who are exempt from judgment are the men, all right? Or the elect, I should say, because it's not going to be only the men, all right, that are going to have, of course, you have the 144,000, but the mark of exemption will be for the elect. Okay? However it goes down. Okay? And why is that? Because they're crying out against the abominations, not partaking in those abominations. All right? And the scriptures tell you, okay, Job 4:7, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off. So nobody goes through hell, you know what I'm saying, like, or you know, catches a certain kind of judgment just because the Lord just threw it out there. There's a reason. Even if you haven't done anything wrong in this life, you probably did something wrong in your past life, because the Lord is righteous. So it says, whoever perished being innocent. So you end up, you see this part. Let me see if I can play it actually.
It hurts so bad. It hurts so bad. And for
you hear that? It hurts so bad. It hurts so bad. Are you thinking? Let me see if I could.
You said she would.
All right, let's hear this.
Please, officer. It hurts so bad. It hurts so bad. And for 21 minutes, she rides like this, upside down and begging for her life.
This is some slavery. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, God.
You hear that? This is some slavery stuff. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, God. But hold up. Let's go back to slavery. How did we end up in slavery? You think the Most High just got up one day? You see, that's what people like to do. They like to flip it and play the victims and not find out. People don't like to hear the whole story. Okay, how did you end up being the victim? You know? People like to flip it like the Most High just got up one day and said, hey, you know what? I just want to throw your ass in slavery. There you go. Read the book of Judges, man. Read about all the wicked things and the stress that we basically caused, all right, and how we broke our side of the deal. And the Lord told us beforehand, if you go off, this is what's going to happen to you. You know, and people turn back, slavery, oh, slavery. Hold up, why did you end up in slavery? Same question you should ask to this chick. Why did you end up upside down? I'm pretty sure it's not protocol when cops arrest people to flip them upside down in the back of their cars and drive them. That's not protocol. So clearly something must have happened for you to end up this way. You know? And you you know what I'm saying? You see this part and you're like, damn, yo, Esau going. And then you hear the other part and you're like, no wonder. You know? And that's the same thing with the judgment that's to come, man. You're going to see the judgment that's going to be happening to these people. But if the Lord gave you a flashback of the wickedness they did, the pride they had before their fall, you would say, no wonder they're in this kind of judgment. You can't just look around, oh, the Most High this, the Most High. What? Whoa, you acting like the Most High is just some wicked, evil tyrant who just gets up and just wants to dish out judgment all day. Okay?
Officer, please let me out. Please, officer, don't let me die back here.
That's not what we're hired.
You hear that? Officer, please let me out. Please, officer, don't let me die that way, right? Now, let me search, because I know the video was played, all right? And you can hear, let me see, is it here?
Attempting to open my door and escape.
You see, look, see how she's sitting, man? Had she just been quiet and sat in the back seat, right? She would have been sitting. But she's attempting to, you know, escape, da-da-da-da-da. Okay, cool. So the officer records that, and then he goes, and let's go to the part where I think they're cuffing her.
I'll show you that real quick.
Yeah, listen to this.
So now you hear her talking, right?
You're racist as hell, nigga. I'm suing you, bro.
Because you kicked the window out. And you were trying to escape.
If I didn't do nothing, I'm just sitting there telling you to race me like this.
Kicking out the window, that makes us racist.
Yeah. You guys are racist who's been having this thing. How you gonna pick me up? Like
I'm gonna fast forward. So when she gets thrown into the police car.
Alright, lean over to your side.
That's yours, most of me, bro.
Let's put her in the back. Get her in the car immediately. Just take her, or do we need to get...
Who's your badge number? You
hear that? Yo, Jake, man.
fucking pussy ass nigga.
You hear that, right? So now how did she go from this energy to what we just watched before? See how quick the Lord can humble somebody? Bro, given us an uncomfortable position, being up, your head down and, you know, your body up and all of that. But this is the energy she had beforehand, right? Okay.
From the other side.
You don't let this happen, bro. You don't let me happen.
Yeah, she's talking about she gonna beat his ass. But hold up, how you gonna beat his ass? What happened here? Let's go to it.
And for 20 of evil.
Bad. It hurts so bad.
And for 21 minutes, she rides like this, upside down and begging for her life.
This is some slavery. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, God. Officer, please let me out.
You hear this? And this is the problem with our people, because hold up. What happened to you? You gonna beat his ass? Jake, all right. Our people, whether man or woman, always wanna when they feel all right as though they're tough. Instead of using wisdom, they want to act tough and put on a show. They don't think about the latter end. And then when they're in the judgment, after it's too late and the judgment has already come upon you, then you want to say I'm sorry. That's not going to stop anything. When dealing with these things, you have to be proactive. Reactiveness won't do you any good. You can't wait till you catch your judgment and then say I'm sorry and it's magically gonna stop. The only way you escape your judgment is if it doesn't come upon you. Because once it starts, the Lord is not gonna stop it. Okay? That's what we're trying to get across to you, man. And it goes double for you women. Okay? When all hell breaks loose and you get caught in your judgment, don't say I'm sorry then. Your chance to escape that was before it happened. And once it starts happening, there's no way out. Okay? Man, let's move on, man. This is Galatians chapter 6, verse 7. Be not deceived. The Most High is not mocked. You cannot turn around, go and do something the Lord said don't do. When you get caught up in some shit, you turn around and now you're saying, God, I'm sorry. But are you really sorry? Or are you just saying that because of the position you in? Once again, like I said, not justifying, all right, what these cops or these Edomites do, but you look at some of these situations, you say, look, you know they the devil. If you know you're dealing with the devil, you're dealing with an adversary, you have to be the wiser person, man. Okay? So it says, be not deceived, the Most High is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Look, man, people don't see the spiritual aspect of it, right? Look, this could have been just a form of a slight form of judgment the Lord had for her. For something she might have done a long time ago. Maybe the first time she went and decided to kiss another woman. Lord said, all right, I'll get you back. And he had it manifest years later to where now she's in this position. The Lord ultimately did all that as a form of judgment. Why? Because whatever you reap, whatever you sow, that's what you're going to reap. And if you sow wicked, well, let's read it, verse 8. For he that soweth to his flesh shall reap of the flesh corruption. Because what does the flesh promote? Desire. All right. And it's not under the rule of the law, of the law and the Lord. I said Lord. All right. But it's not under the rule of the Most High, because the flesh does what it wants. It's desire, what feels good, not what is right. And that's what? Corruption. So if you sow to the flesh, you give into the desire, you want to become a dyke, you want to become a homosexual, you want to do after what you want to do, guess what? You're going to reap corruption. You're going to suffer for it. Okay? But he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting. Why? Because the way of the Spirit is the way of life. Okay? It leads to life, not death, not corruption. Okay, you can have desire, but in a righteous way, in a way that won't bring you death. Okay? And yeah, that was pretty much it. Okay, that was pretty much it, man. So like I said, I'll leave the link to this video, all right, in the description of my video. All right, and just going to show you, man, this is just, we're just using this to bring edification, to show you, okay, that, look, man, the Lord did not tell us that we're sheep in the midst of wolves for no reason. And on top of that, man, the scriptures say, rise up, ye careless women, man. Your judgment, all right, has yet to even start, okay, on a high level, man. You read some of the stories about what people do today, man, okay, because naturally, women are not stronger than men by nature. And the Lord did that way, okay? He designed it that way on purpose. So the scriptures already say that you're the weaker vessel. So what you gotta be wise, man, okay? You gotta use wisdom. You trying to go toe to toe and you get beat up and then you wonder why. In the time when all hell breaks loose, there will be no extra support. See, women use support that they have today to try and put themselves either over or on the same level as men. I could call my brother, I could call the cops, I could do this, I could make you look like a demon, I could get the community to jump you, What happens when all those perks and attributes you have, to prop you up disappear? And now we look at you for your true height. Guess what? Now you're in some big trouble, And if you don't have the Lord on your side, if the Lord is fighting against you, you're done. You're done. Forget about it. All right. Anyway, hey, man, we coming into a time of great judgment, man. And Jake, you got to learn how to use wisdom. You have to learn how to use wisdom, man. Don't go out there like a brute force. Don't go out there thinking you the juggernaut. All right, you know what I'm saying? You you Mr. Invincible, because the Lord will humble you down, man. You have to be humble, okay? And you gotta pray that the Lord protects you, man. Because guess what? Wisdom, knowledge, understanding, events, whatever happens, is the Lord who sets it up that way, man. Okay, so learn to use wisdom, man. Okay, with that, I hope this was edifying unto the elect. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha, Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.